Welcome everyone to the L7C channel, Yu-Gi-Oh! Duels. Let's just get the game going. Let's see what we're going up against today. We get to go first. Our hand is looking okay. It's looking okay. So first we are going to summon the Buster Whelp. We're going to search. We are going to get the Prologue to Destruction Swordsman. We are going to set. We're going to special summon Link Kuribohs. And we're going to end. We're going to see what Freaky Jester is playing. He does Pot of Extravagance. Banishes 6, so he gets to draw 2. Active if we want to activate our trap. We're like, nope, let's see what he plays. And you see down there, I'm just moving the mouse frantically. So we're seeing what we're going up against. Waiting for him to play a card, and we're just like, what are you doing, man? Let's go. Come on, Freaky Jester. Let's see what you're playing. I mean, my field is not daunting. It's just a Link Kuribohs and a face down. Which, I mean, in today's game, that's a laughable field. So, we're still waiting to see what he's playing. He has us waiting for a bit. And while, he plays the Monster Reborn, and he tries to get our Whelp. And we're like, do we want him to take our Whelp? That is the question. We're like, we still don't know what he's playing. So what we actually do, and this is all in the same chain, guys, so just watch. We play Prolong, send the Trap, and a Buster Blader to the grave, right? You know, if you've watched the Red Eyes Buster previous videos, you know this play. Then it's active if we want to activate. Yep, we do Destruction Sword Memories. And there's only one dragon in the grave, and that's the Whelp. So the goal here is to banish the Whelp so that he loses his Monster Reborn target, so he wasted his Monster Reborn. And you would think, is this the same chain? This is exactly the same chain. So he misses his Monster Reborn. We get the lock with the fusion and the synchro. He sets a card, which we're like, okay. And then we're like, all right, we're in a good spot. We're seeing with our hand right now if there's any way we could finish this in an OTK. We're like, We're like, it's looking pretty. Not as great. We're like, should we even put that in attack mode? We're like, yeah, we're going to go in attack mode. Because we're trying to win the game this turn. We're seeing what we can do. We actually special summon the Link. The reason we always do that is because the Synchro would have been gone this turn because we used the trap to bring it. So, we might as well get rid of it. We're seeing what card. We send Destruction Sword Fusion to the grave because we can add it back whenever. Special summon Buster Blader. So we're like, alright, we got a 2800 Piercer, 2600, 400. We still have our normal summon. So then we normal summon Dark Worm. We're seeing what we view, we're seeing what we can activate. We're like, okay. We still have the Monster Reborn too if we really want to extend. But we really wouldn't be able to go into anything, even if we played Monster Reborn. So we attack. We want the piercing damage. I'm like, nope, let's just go. Let's get the attack going. Waiting to see for his response. And we're like, what are you playing, man? What are you playing? You've been secretive. So let's see what you're playing. Come on, come on. We're just waiting. Man, some people, when they're playing, they might not be paying attention. And it's the Ink Kuribohs. We're like, Kuribohs deck? And his effect is to add the Monster Reborn from graveyard or deck to his hand. So we attack with 26, attack with 400, then attack with 18. If we had one, if we played that Monster Reborn, but we're looking again just to check our graveyard, we couldn't even have brought back the dragon. So we were about Link Kuribohs, so we still would have had enough to one-shot him. Then he plays the Kuribohs, and I'm like, I'm just reading to see what the effect is. He plays Kuriboh to bring the Kuriboh back. So I'm like, alright, are we playing a dedicated Kuriboh deck? If we are, we're going to be in for a defensive battle, because if you know the Kuribohs, they're all very defensive cards. I mean, I've run Kuribohs in my main deck since the main deck was made. I have a Kuriboh deck. I mean, any of my friends, they know that Kuribohs get them so mad. And then he goes into Link Kuriboh, who I think is one of the best Link monsters ever made, especially for level 1 monsters. It's a nice, easy way to get a level 1 monster off the field with a little attack protection. So we're waiting to see what he does. We're like, man, playing a whole Kuriboh deck. He does Monster Reborn because he got that Monster Reborn back from Kuriboh. And he is special summoning my Link Kuriboh. And there's nothing I can really do to stop it. So now he has 2 Link Kuribohs on the field. So he can make 2 of my attacks 0. So we're like, okay. And then we go, and we're like, if we play the attacks right, he only has 600 left. If we attack with the 2 busters, and then attack with like Darkhorn, we win the game. That's what we're thinking. So we attack with Buster Blader. And we're like, he has to make it 0. Okay, so that's 1 down. And then he's making us wait again. And I'm like, what else are you going to play? Like, what is happening? And as we're continuously waiting just to see what he's playing, and while you guys are waiting to see what he's playing too, make sure you guys like, subscribe to the channel. I mean, we're posting a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. And we just don't do Yu-Gi-Oh. If you check out the L7C podcast playlist on YouTube, we make podcasts about everything. We have, like I've always said, we have a great group of guys and girls too who just know a whole bunch of stuff. They're very smart people, and we just want to have a platform that us normal people can talk on. So yeah, and then with the duels too, I mean, you've already seen there's nothing really meta about any of the things you've seen. You've seen a main deck, what I call it. If you've seen the videos, you know what it is. Take on 2 Dragoons. You've seen the Galaxy deck do 9k of damage. You've seen that if you watch the Red Eyes Buster decks, you saw that do 7,800 damage, have over 9,000 attack, do some big piercing. So this channel is really diverse. And like I said, we're new, we're up and coming, we're doing this for fun, but we love seeing some of the support you guys give us, and some comments. Obviously viewing the videos helps a lot, because then we know which ones you like the best, which ones you don't. And yeah, even while I was giving that spiel, we're still waiting for this guy. We're like, what is he doing? I even had to message him like, hey, you still there? Like, still there? Question mark. Then when I sent him that message, he finally comes back, and I'm like, okay. And I'm looking, it's like, do you want to replay the battle? I'm like, no. And then it's like, 2 effects can be activated. This is a slick effect with the Buster's Link monster. If you don't attack with Diffusion, you can do burn damage instead if there's no monsters on the field. He plays Junk Kuriboh. I'm actually prepared for that with a trap. So he's playing all Kuriboh decks. The reason it's slick is because the Fusion monster can't attack directly. So the Link monster gives the Fusion monster a way to still do big damage without attacking directly, which is its weakness, besides not having its own protection. So we're looking to see what we can do here. He stopped me from winning because he did the Junk Kuriboh. The Junk Kuriboh negates effect damage. That was smooth. So every monster he's played is a Kuriboh. So he's playing a Kuriboh deck, which I really appreciate and respect. He's making us wait yet again for an extended period of time. We're seeing that clock tick down. We have 8,000 life points and he has 600. So we feel confident. We don't even have to attack per se, because we just do this. But then watch this slick play. Destruction Sword Fusion makes any Buster Blader fusion that lists Buster Blade. And you see I've got the Goddess of the Third Eye. So what I actually do is summon Dark Paladin, who I know you guys have not seen in a Yu-Gi-Oh video in forever. So we have the two fusion monsters that Buster Blader goes into: Destruction Swordsman Fusion and Dark Paladin. And Dark Paladin, if you guys don't know, gets 500 for each dragon on the field, on either field, and in either player's graveyard. So that counts as my own. And his effect is you can discard a card to negate a spell card. And it's not a once per turn effect. You can do that as many times if you want, unless they've changed the text on it since the last time a Dark Paladin has been summoned in 2020. And I love Dark Paladin. I mean, it's a great card for anyone who's going against dragons or who uses dragons. I mean, Dark Paladin is where the Dragoon came to be. Like, if you look at the armor, it's the same type of armor. But this would kill Dragoon because, I mean, if you summon Dark Paladin after someone summons a Dragoon, you'd be stronger because you get the 500 from